It's on the, yay, I think I did it right.
You
Yay.
did.
Hey there, internet world. We're here, this is Weird Girls weekly recap of all things awesome with Amanda. Say hello.
Hi.
And I'm Elizabeth, and we both have our cats here with us. It's just that kind of a day. Nutella and cats. Yeah.
Nutella and cat.
All right. So first I have to start with kind of a rant, kind of a bad news thing.
What's going on?
I was so excited because Cora started. But about a month or two ago, I guess longer than that, 2 or 3 months ago, we got a new DVR. Yay! Everything's working better. But I didn't think, oh yeah, I haven't watched Cora since this new box, and so therefore it wasn't set to record.
Oh,
Yeah, and even
I can't record. I have to wait until the internet streams it.
that's the other part is I don't know what's going on. It's not on demand. It's not on the internet, and so I'm really sad. I know, Nathan, you've already watched it. I saw some posts of yours. I'm really sad. But like they just put up some clips on the internet like this afternoon or this evening, so maybe that means the episode's coming. Maybe, hopefully.
Maybe. Hopefully. I
Hopefully.
want to watch. I really want to watch it, but I can't. What's it on? Saturday mornings, you said?
No, it's on
Or like-
Fridays. I think either the
no.
first season. Yeah, it's on Friday nights.
I'm not here on a Friday night to watch Nickelodeon.
Exactly. Like Friday at 7. Happy
No.
hour. Happy hour. Yeah.
I'm probably out eating or drinking. But then again, that's why it's on Nickelodeon and
Yeah.
not the channel
Yeah.
that people must watch it. So makes sense.
So DVR is set. I've set it to like record new and old ones, hoping that maybe there'll be an encore that they just haven't announced, and I don't know. But either that or hopefully it'll be on the internet soon. I know. The cats feel for me. So yeah, haven't watched it. So normally this can be like a 2-hour recap. This one won't be.
I got one show.
I know you
One
do.
show.
I'm saving it. So I'll go through the others really quickly. Okay. True Blood. Yeah.
It's still going.
It's still going. And this was the second episode this season and the second episode in a row where I think the best and most memorable thing happened before the credits. So last week it was Tara died before the credits even rolled. This time, yeah, I know. Jason was having, of course, because you remember last season, he had to take some of Eric's blood to heal or something, which, if you watch the show, you know that comes with sex dreams. And so, yeah, we had a very long sex dream between Jason and Eric, and people are still talking about that one. And the funniest part was when we finally woke up, he was sitting in a church pew. It was so funny.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got to see those two. It was an okay episode. It was another kind of setup. Stuff happened, but it wasn't much. Yeah, I know. I need to talk. So
Pay attention to me.
They are very needy right now. Yeah, so Suki had found a dead body in the woods. Surprise, because it's True Blood, and she didn't recognize the person. So they checked the ID, and it was from someone 2 towns over. So they went over there with, like, Andy and Bill. No, Bill's a vampire. He's asleep right now. Goodness, Sam and Alcide, and they went over there, and they found, like, her house and her diary, and Suki got really emotional because she was reading her diary, and they're very similar. Like, she fell for a vampire, and she'd been to Fantasia, and this was the second best part of the show. They found the dining room table, and it was clear that they'd like left or gotten taken in the middle of dinner because there was like half-eaten pizza on the table. And Andy was like,
not pizza.
I know. And Andy was like, man, if only we knew when this happened. And without missing a beat, Jason picks it up and takes a bite. He goes, 2.5 days. And so thanks to, as Andy put it, Jason's pizza forensics, they know when the vampires came through and wiped out that town. They find a huge mass grave. It's kind of gruesome. So yeah, they're just kind of like wiping out one town after another. Meanwhile, back in Bontemps, the people who were cleaning up the bar have decided that they're going to take matters into their own hands. They go take over the sheriff's office, grab all the guns, because guns are really effective against vampires.
Of course.
Yes. And they just decide to rebel against Andy and Sam. Meanwhile, in Fantasia, that's where the vampires, the sick ones, are holding Arlene and Holly and Nicole and all the other prisoners that they've taken to feed on. They're down in the basement. And they recognize one of the vampires as their kid's old 4th grade teacher. And so they kind of talk her into feeling some sympathy, oh, you were such a great teacher, and you're the only ones that could get through to our kids, and she agrees to help them escape. Unfortunately, as she's starting to help them in their plans, she dies. She's sick. She was the sickest of all the Hep B infected vampires.
Oh.
Sorry, cat there. So that was about it. Again, the best part was the Jason and Eric sex scene and the pizza forensics. So oh god, and what's her name? Tara's mom, Letty Mae. She's an addict again. This time it's V. She is totally hooked on V, and she's tripping, and it's kind of annoying because I don't like her either.
She's still alive? I didn't think she would be alive.
She is alive, and she's married to the Reverend, and it's just, she's never been a very good character. I almost would prefer to have Tara over Tara's mom. So when did you stop watching?
Oh, I did you ever? The first season. After the first season, I was just like, nah, not for me.
Yeah. All right. So I know
the people. I know who you're talking about, so I can at least keep up a little bit.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, and we did find Eric. Pam finally, at the very last minute of the show, she found Eric, and he is sick. I forgot. I'm not sure exactly where they are in. I think they're in France. But so he's sick. It's just barely started, the veins turning black in his chest, so he's got a ways to go. Yes. Oh, sorry. Oh goodness, what else comes on? Sunday's crazy again. Now there's 3 shows that I'm kind of watching because, of course, there's True Blood, all on Sunday, and I want to say almost at the same time. 2 of them are at the same time. At the same time as True Blood, there's The Last Ship, which the 2nd episode just came on Sunday. I've only
the last one with what's his name? John Malkovich.
No, that's Crossroads.
No.
Or Crossbones or whatever. That's the pirate thing. This is on TNT. Yeah. This is.
Okay. Oh, that's the one where it's they're the last ship on Earth of people, and they're trying to find other people.
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of the last safe place to be. So the first few minutes of it, I was totally rolling my eyes. I was like, oh my god, this is so Helix. I was wishing Mark was there watching with me. I was like, oh my god, no. It's another crazy virus and lots of secrets, but it got better. There's this naval ship, giant, battleship, whatever, and go into the Antarctic or the Arctic, one of those cold places, top or the bottom of the world. I think it's the Arctic. And they happen to have a couple scientists on board with them that are supposedly studying birds. And
sounds exactly seriously.
I know. Even the captain doesn't know. He just thinks they're studying birds. I'm like, I don't know of any ship like that. That's at least the captain's gonna know what's going on.
Yeah.
So they get up to the Arctic and the ship's running all their they think they're just on a training trip mission thing, and they're running all these exercises while the scientists are over on some iceberg digging up stuff, and they've got a few people protecting them on snow jet ski things. Oh my god. And the last day that they're there, these 5 helicopters just show up and start shooting at the scientist, and so clearly something's going on, and after yelling tell me why you're here, finally she tells them they captured one of them, and he said that they wanted the cure. They were after the cure, and he's like, what is he talking about? What cure? And the whole time, of course, this has been a 4-month trip and they've been on radio silence. It was part of the mission. It was part of the exercises. Like, no, they were on radio silence because they didn't want them to know what was going on back around the world, that, you know, the entire population is getting wiped out by this virus. Because they would probably want to go home or something, and, you know, and that would ruin the bird study. So, yeah. Save the birds. So, yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. They were headed towards Europe, and they come across this Italian cruise ship that doesn't respond, and like they're running low on food and fuel, and they realize that that's just a ship full of dead people. So they all put on
dead virus, not a zombie virus.
Right. No, this is a dead. Nah, I think it's just a dead virus.
Okay.
Yeah, and they so they put on their hazmat suits and like get on a little boat and go over there, and they hook up their fuel line to their fuel tanks, and they start pumping some gas onto their boat, and they send some people into the kitchens to stock up on food, and they keep coming across, like, in the dining hall or the dance room, ballroom, they have, like, you know, beds set up and dead people everywhere, and they find one person who's almost dead, not quite dead. And of course, the scientist just takes his blood and gives him some morphine, and not much else she can do. And one guy falls down some stairs when he trips over a dead guy, and his helmet comes off, and he gets blood on his face, and so he knows he's infected, so he kills himself. And yeah.
Okay, sounds very common.
I know. Yeah, and I always give shows like 2 episodes before I just call it, so I will watch the second episode. I know they're headed to some unmanned station near Guantanamo Bay to get more food and fuel. And they have talked to a few people, like the president's dead, vice president's dead. I think they're down to like the speaker maybe is now the president. And so, they're all...
Does it at least make the body look all like gross and like kind of scary?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like all pussy and yeah, kind of Ebola. So that's an added
benefit instead of just like, you know, out cold.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's plenty of gore.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, again, and like the main, of course, the sexy woman scientist, she has an assistant who I think is Russian and I think is, not a good guy. Of course.
Always a mole.
There's always mole. Always. Always.
Always mole.
Always. Yes. So yeah, that is Last Ship. And I swear I am trying to look and see if we have any comments, but I'm having technical difficulties. So if you see any, that would be awesome.
On the link. If I can find the link. I don't know how to get to the link.
Ah! Oh, goodness. Or if, like, Mark wanted to, like, text me and tell me how to do it, that'd be cool, too. I think I may have found something. Hold on. Oh, I don't know what I just did there. I think I just started another hangout. No, I don't want to do that.
Don't do that.
Hey, good, I didn't in this one while I close that one. Okay, never mind. I'm going to stop trying things. Okay, so that's 2 of the 3 Sunday shows, because we can never have enough shows on Sunday. And the third one is another HBO show. Comes on after True Blood, and that is The Leftovers.
The Leftovers. Okay, that's the HBO show.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. Yeah, well, I saw the previews for when I was watching Game of Thrones for it.
Right. So basically, one day, like 3 years ago, 2% of the population just disappeared. Just could have been doing anything. Like the scene they show, which most people have seen as part of the trailer, like a woman's putting her crying baby in the car seat, and she's talking on the phone. She gets in the front seat, and all of a sudden the baby stops crying. She turns around, and there's no one in the car seat.
Nope.
That same scene. There's like a toddler, like a 3-year-old, like a few cars down, that starts screaming for their mommy. You start seeing like cars just run into things because I guess the driver disappeared. So
chaos. The world does.
Pretty
Suddenly.
much. Suddenly. So fast forward 3 years later, and we're in a small town called Mapleton. And oh my goodness, quiet. Um, sorry.
Kitty. Oh, hey, Kitty.
It will not stop. Um, so, they're planning their Heroes Day parade. That's what the world has decided to call this is Heroes Day. Because what else do you call it? I don't know, Rapture Day, but it's not really Rapture. You've got reverends walking around saying it wasn't the good ones. I've got proof. So and so beat their children, and so and so did this. And then you've seen the crazy people in white who just kind of stand there.
Like zombies? Like people in white?
It's a cult. It's kind of a cult thing, yeah. And they're interesting. They're kind of like chain smokers. They all smoke. It's part of their religion. There's even a sign in their house that says, oh God, what is it? We don't smoke because we enjoy it. We smoke to celebrate our religion or something, or it's something about our faith.
Never heard. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. So they wear all white. They don't talk. They don't talk. They smoke. They only eat oatmeal, I think. And they're like
terrible life.
I know, and they're like assigned to people to just go stalk. Like they just would stand at the bottom of like across the street from your house if they're assigned to you and just stare at you. And like you go to a restaurant, they'll stand outside the window and just stare at you until you go crazy and you decide to join them. That's how they recruit.
That's how they recruit. That is really creepy and terrible, and I hope that doesn't exist.
I know. So the poor police chief in Mapleton, he's got a rough life. I
can see that.
Yeah, I think his dad was the police chief, and he went crazy. We see like this flashback of some guy running around naked. His wife has joined the cult of the chain smokers. And he's got 2 kids. One of them is a teenage daughter. I think she's like a junior in high school. And so she, of course, just gets to deal with high school stuff, which is kind of a little intense. But yeah, that was one thing that annoyed me is like he didn't want her to go to the Heroes Day parade, but he wouldn't say why. And clearly the reason why is because he knew that the chain smoker cult was going to be there and cause problems. And her mom is one of them, and so he didn't want her around that. And so, yeah, of course, he's trying to convince the mayor that this parade is a really bad idea. She won't listen. And so they have the parade, and of course, the people, the chain smokers show up, and they all have these big signs that says, like, don't waste your breath. I don't know if that means you should be smoking because it's fun, or, being alive is a waste of breath, or we don't know what their mission is or what their goals are.
Being stoned, like you can't make any decisions on anybody in that show.
Yeah, no, there's way more questions than got answered. And then he has a son who was in college, but after this all happened, kind of said, what's the point? And he's now working with like this. I don't know what he is. They treat him like a prophet or something. He's kind of like an all knowing kind of guy. Like we see a U.S. senator like pay a lot of money to go meet this guy, and it's all secret. Like they drop him up here, pick him up there. They make him wear blindfold. They take the battery out of his phone so they can't be traced. And after he's talked to him, he comes out and he's just like, hallelujah, basically. Like, I've been unburdened. That's a big thing. I've been unburdened.
Unburdened?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, it's David Lindelof, so it's, it's the dude who did Lost. And, yeah, it's very Lost-ish. And, yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
On Sunday nights on HBO?
Say that again?
Did it take Game of Thrones spot on Sunday nights on HBO?
I think True Blood took that. This is the after. So 10 o'clock, 9 Central, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sundays are once again a lot of TV. But of course, the 2 of those shows I've only seen 1 episode of, so I haven't decided yet.
Yeah. It's so weird. Everything flip flopped over, and now it's all new shows. And now everybody's like, "Do I want to watch it? Do I want
I
to watch it?"
know. I know, because that brings us to the show that I pretty much just watched because of this recap. Heroes of Cosplay.
How so true.
So I'll let you start on this one since I've done all the talking so far.
Sure. Well, let's see. We are part 1 of 2 season finale of Heroes of Cosplay, and we are in New Orleans and Wizard World, New Orleans, to be exact. So I believe I have the pictures pulled up of the costumes.
Sweet.
We can try to do a screen share again, but that was kind of crazy last time.
If not, I've got them too. So.
Okay, you can go ahead and do them. I thought the best costume of the whole episode went to Jesse and his Thor and Oakenshield. I thought that was very impressive.
Yes,
a lot of work, but it looks really nice on stage, and he looked like it.
Exactly. I was like, whoa, he was meant to do this one. This, like, he's got the hair and the face and and he did a really good job, and I'm glad he didn't actually do that thing in metal. He did it in resin, didn't he?
Yeah. It would have weighed him down so much. He had, like, cast a whole bunch of his medallions, I think, in pewter, and it looked so heavy, and I was like, no, dude, no. Ooh. And then this was the singles.
Yeah, this was just individuals. He got like best male, didn't he, or best male hero or something?
Yeah, he got best male hero. Yeah, that's how Wizard World does theirs. It's like best female and male hero and villain.
Right.
Best group and then a best of show. That's how they do theirs.
Then Miguel got honorable mention, didn't he, or like one of the judges' awards?
He got a judge's award. Yeah, he got the for Shazam.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool. It's good, cool. Very nice representation of the Injustice Shazam. But that's all I have on that one. It's good, like scene work and nice, but it's I don't know. I didn't get a wow factor from it.
Yeah, and then there was the one that just made me like shake my head and say, "Aw, poor Carl."
Haunt. Yeah, what?
Sad.
I don't like his outfits he does. I just no.
I know, and like when they first introduced him, they showed, I guess, some of the ones he's done in the past, and they looked really well made, and this one just looks sloppy.
Oh, it looks so sloppy. I really confused when I was looking at.
Yeah.
It looked like he dipped his hands in plaster and like
and it was
stuck them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why in this one I brought this image that had both because I was like, I don't even know what it's supposed to look like.
I don't even know what to look at. And like Haunt looks very similar to Venom from Spider-Man, so he could have taken some aspects of Venom and how people make his outfits into this. I don't think he should have
it was a ridiculous amount of work though. I mean, he like totally sculpted that whole chest piece and like everything. He just I think the paint job was where he was lacking the most. I don't know.
Big time. I just don't understand why he's really on this show. I know they're trying to get more male, interest in cosplay on the show, so I understand that. But I've not been impressed by anything he's done.
Yeah.
Nor with the other guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're just going for new faces.
Yeah, they are, which I'm happy about. Happy they're doing that. Make it, a little, fun, I guess. Mm-hmm. So is that the only ones that are the individual, and then next week or tomorrow is the girls?
Yes, it's the groups, and there's the Peter Pan's Labyrinth is the LA group.
Yeah.
And they're doing Peter, Wendy, and Hook.
Mm-hmm. Interested to see how this is going to work, because I don't feel, with Crab Cat, I feel all of their cosplays have always been so prop heavy, and I don't see them having any props in this one. It's all going to be, their costumes. So I'm going to be anxious to see what they have when they pull out.
I think they're hoping that because they've worked with Guillermo del Toro before, that, the Hook especially will, they can take on from their experience working with him and make a really good Hook.
Okay, I hope so.
Like it.
Wow. Yaya did wear something interesting this
episode. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
what it was, but it was weird, and it was just no, it wasn't anything in my opinion.
Was it something like a character she created?
Or was it for that web series that she's now in Atlanta?
That could be it.
That character, something. I don't know. It just looked really womp, womp, womp.
Well,
She had the idea of the stilts and all that cool stuff, which would have been really interesting if she would have had, more than a week to do it.
no, she's still doing that. That's for tomorrow's episode.
Stilts.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Okay, she was judging and now she's hosting or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got like I forgot who she's going to be, but it's someone big and tall, and she had to wear stilts for it.
Yeah. We'll see. It was funny because when I logged into sci-fi.com to check out the costume gallery, the picture of Heroes of Cosplay for this episode is her with her head in her hand like this, like looking all stressed out. And I'm like, girl, all you have to do is walk on stilts. Like,
I
calm
saw
down.
that. Yeah.
Calm down. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, yeah. There's got to be drama. Has to.
And then what are the Atlanta girls?
They were doing, was it Soul Calibur 4?
Soul Calibur.
Hey, look at me
Soul
now.
Calibur. And say what? What'd you say?
I said, look at me remembering that. Because I have no idea
Yeah.
what that is. None.
Soul
Zero.
Calibur. I think it's a video game. An old one. But, I don't know. I think it was Ricky and
Katie were working.
Were working, and then Yaya just threw in poor Indra, just like out of nowhere. Just showed up at this house and was like, here's my friend, include her in your group. Okay, thank you.
We need a redhead.
Here's a cosplay script. Let's make it awkward and weird.
Yeah.
It does not look like Katie is going to make the costume contest, which I'm very surprised by, because what she's making is nothing but a white sheet that covers her midriff and butt, and some medallions and boots. So I'm very confused on what's going to be the issue here. I don't know what's going to be the issue, but something's going to be the issue, and it's going to be the whole climactic thing. And once again, they're not going to mention anything about the controversy that happened.
Yeah,
all that
was
was out. All of it was just
It was a really weird episode. Like besides the guys, it was so, especially at the Atlanta group, it was so bizarre. It was like, hey, let's do this. Oh goodness. And there was also the drama of, oh, we have to do a skit. Oh, we'll worry about that when we finish our costumes. No, we have to worry about that now. Oh, I don't know. I think we'll be fine. And then it seemed like it was the same freaking day, and like, oh, I don't know if we're ever going to finish this. I was like, but didn't you just start it 5 minutes ago? And
I swear, this is the weirdest reality show, as far as like flow goes. Like it's just so stoic and just sporadic.
Weird. Yes.
But yeah, I agree with that. It's very strange. This episode was weird. We'll see what the next one's like. Maybe it makes more sense. But yep, they cut out all of the booze and the long lines that you were. Well, actually, you see in the next episode, Riddle and Indra standing in the line that caused so much controversy. So
I was curious. I thought maybe it was just the controversy was in the group, not the individual, or so. I don't know. Did they happen on the same?
It happened on the same day. The reason I'll just go over it. The reason was it's so long was because Yaya was a judge and then a host, so she has to go change and get into that stilts outfit that took forever. So they also have to change filming and then move people up to the front and move people to the back that were not on the show that are on the show. That caused people to be pissed off. And then the kids, I think it was something with the kids contest was after all of that too, or something.
Oh, no.
It wasn't after. No, I take it back. I'm sorry. It wasn't after, but their kids could be a part of it. I guess I'm just saying that. Like, they could be a part of the group cosplay. Ones, and like a lot of people had their kids within the group, which is interesting. I've never seen young children in a cosplay costume contest group stuff. Like, I've never seen that happen. So I'm kind of surprised that I heard about that happening. So, but that was the controversy. Like, one of the, another reason about it was that there were a lot of young kids standing in line for hours and hours with no food, and They
Yeah.
never gave him water, and it was a big mess. And so by the time the group came along, which was the last event of the evening, people were physically angry and mad and booing and all of that. So
So
we'll
it's a
see
good,
if we hear that. I
yeah.
guarantee you we won't. We'll hear an audience track, so
Well, they haven't cut it out yet because it sounds like it hasn't happened yet. So if it's gonna happen, it'll happen tomorrow or whatever. Yeah, today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah.
well, another thing, like I was wondering if they were going to leave this whole controversy stuff in because if you remember last season, they kind of left a little bit of a controversy in. Do you remember when I don't
Yeah.
when they got in a fight with some of the girls? The Doctor Who group.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it was even that seems so forced and so fake. And it didn't seem
Well,
like
I
it was
do know that was not fake. The fight with the Doctor Who girls group was not fake. That
maybe it
actually did
wasn't
happen.
fake, but it just seemed like it was exaggerated on film or something. It
Well, it
was
probably, 100% it probably was.
yeah.
But after that episode aired, the stories came out on Facebook and Tumblr of the girls that were in the whole Doctor Who series cosplay group and what they said about it instead of what we just saw in Heroes of Cosplay. So
I
that's
think
how
I
I
remember
found
seeing
it.
that. Yeah, I think I read the article. Maybe you posted a link or something, but
There's a bunch of people resharing it, and then the one about the New Orleans one was from other people resharing it too. So we'll see.
yes, drama. But then it'll be over, and then we just have all the
Yeah.
Sunday shows. And Orange is the New Black, of course, I haven't been around Mark in a week and a half, so I figured I shouldn't watch any Orange is the New Black without him. So yeah, I'm way behind on that. I mean, I haven't seen him since before the last recap. Like
Hi.
yeah, I was in Dallas, he was here. That was Monday. He left here the next day to go to LA, and then I came home that night, I think. And yeah, he'll be home
Ah,
eventually before you get here. Not much before you get here, but
before I
before
get
you
there,
get
I'll
here.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
RTX. So yeah, you
Oh,
probably know all the details more than I do. What are the details? You guys have a panel on Saturday?
yeah, panel on Saturday at noon, to my belief. I don't know the room number off the top of my head, but I believe it is at
16?
noon.
Maybe? Maybe. I don't know. Could be making that up.
Maybe.
Yes.
I know at least Kelly's gonna be in cosplay. I know she wants to do Tali. I'm bringing Bee and Puppy Cat. It'll be
Awesome.
finished by then, so I'll be wearing that. I don't know how long we're gonna be there. Like, are we? I don't know if we're coming on Friday. I don't really know much details about. We have a panel that I'm going to, so I'm just gonna be tagging along like a puppy the whole time. So,
Awesome. Well, I know you guys have some other stuff planned on Friday, which might be supposed to be a secret, so I won't say what it is.
yeah,
But I think that's just Friday morning, because I think you guys might be going to RTX in the afternoon. I think.
I think that's right.
And it is July 4th. I mean, yeah, we got to do something that evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparklism.
Hey, the boathouse, where I row, is like a block from the conference center, so that is like one of the best places to watch fireworks. Just saying.
Sweet. Sweet.
And they have a good bar.
Sweet!
Yeah, so this was, wow, barely even half an hour.
Half an hour. There's just nothing what I'm watching right now except one thing, and just I've been working so hard on cosplays. I cannot watch TV. Therefore, I cannot watch new shows and put all of my effort
Yeah.
into paying.
Well, I mean, it's also World Cup. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
are crazy about it.
I've been watching World Cup. I've really been enjoying this. Is honestly the first time I've ever really watched the World Cup to pay attention to it. I'm very surprised that from what I've been hearing, I know nothing about USA soccer. I don't know anything about soccer.
We
People
weren't
just telling me
supposed to make it this far.
yes, that's what I've been hearing. So it's been kind of exciting watching us go farther. So I've been appreciating that. But I like watching it. I understand it more now. Soccer. I've never known much of it. U of L has a huge soccer program here. We're just building a new soccer stadium, so I'm like kind of excited after watching the World Cup for the U of L soccer stuff.
My big problem, like I only watch it pretty much like Olympics and World Cups, so every 2 years. And I watch basketball a lot more. Um,
Mhm.
and I always like I should know this by now. I've been watching soccer a long time, but I always switched from basketball immediately to soccer, it seems like, and I get some of the rules kind of messed up a little bit, like the whole like half court rule. Like every time they kick the ball back to half, I'm like, oh no, oh wait, that's allowed, or
Or we're back. Yeah, wait.
over back. No, that's carrying. Yeah, I forgot what over back is.
Uh,
Oh God, there's something else. There's another one. Took me forever to understand offside. I understand that now. Yay.
yeah,
Um,
I'm not understanding that one. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the penalties and how severe they are. Like you can
uh,
get kicked out of the whole tournament.
well,
Like
yeah, if you bite
what?
someone. And that wasn't his first time biting. I mean, he's been like suspended before for biting. He's a biter.
Yeah, just like when I saw that, they were like blah 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 from blah 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 kicked out for the entire tournament. I was like, whoa,
Not just the
that's
entire
a
tournament, but like including like the first, I think, 4 games of when he goes back to the Premier League or whatever it is he plays over in the UK. So it's for like however many months and however many games, no matter what level game it is or whatever. And he's not even allowed to practice. He's not allowed to even go near soccer.
that's nuts. That's crazy.
I
I've
mean,
never realized how intense soccer is, and I give so much props to people who play soccer because you do not stop running, and that field is massive. So
it's huge.
I just I think people who play soccer are top athletes, so I like watching it for that reason too. I don't think they're lazy.
I'm just so glad it's in the Western Hemisphere so that we're watching it, in the afternoon and not at 3 a.m. like
Yeah, watching
two
real
World
time.
Cups ago.
Do you
Yeah.
know where the next World Cup is? Do they choose that between the years, or I don't know how they do that. I don't know if it's like the Olympics where they have like so many years out they've chosen. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like they would have chosen it by now, but yeah, I
They would too.
remember 8 years ago I
Phillips.
was dating a soccer fan and we had to go to Fido's, which is like the Irish pub here that has, all the soccer games on, and we had to go there at before they closed at 2 so that we could be there for the 3 a.m. game. And so of course I had to have like the bottle of liquor shoved in my purse. Like at first I had too small of a purse. He's like, "Is that the purse you're bringing?" It's like, "Oh, maybe I'm not." So yeah, this 11 a.m.
Maybe.
thing, much better.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice. But go USA. I know we play tomorrow. I think at 3.
Yes, tomorrow at 2 here, 3 where you are. Yeah.
So if we lose, we are out. But what if we
Yes.
tie?
You cannot tie. Now that we're in the knockout stages, there are no ties. If it's tied after 90 minutes, then there's 2 15-minute periods. And if you're still tied, then it's my favorite part, penalty kicks. That proves I'm not a soccer fan because I know most soccer fans don't like penalty kicks, but I think it's the most exciting part.
I think it's exciting because it's like sudden death.
I know. It's crazy.
Like, can you imagine being the goalie, like that massive goal, and you're just so tiny?
And it's really just guessing. Are they going to go right or are they going to go left?
That's tough. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you know who the projected winner or the projected country that's supposed to win?
Well, Spain won last time, but they're already out. Germany is ranked number 2, so I think they're heavy favorites, and they were in our group, which is why it was also called the group of death, because it had Germany, it had Portugal, who has the best player in the world, and it had Ghana, who keeps beating us. But yay, we made it out.
How do we? I don't know how that happened. Go USA.
We made it out with a win, a tie, and a loss. I know.
Yeah, agreed.
Go USA. Yes, I'm going to dig through Mark's closet. He used to work with U.S. Soccer, so I'm going to grab one of his shirts and wear it tomorrow. And yeah, yay. So, yeah, we've kind of digressed from, not really, it's still TV, so I guess it's still on topic.
But it's what you and I like to watch more than everybody else who probably joins.
Probably.
Like our sport.
Whatever. I don't care. Everyone has their thing. I don't watch stuff that everyone else watches, and I don't read comics, and I've done one thing that might qualify as cosplay, but really it's just Halloween. So I will show you next week. It's still in the closet. I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, my one cosplay.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, did your team get any good guys from the draft?
Um, I
You
don't
probably didn't get many. You probably really got really far down picks since you guys were awesome this year. So
exactly. So.
I would expect that, but I didn't know if you traded out your picks for money or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think the more exciting part was that Tim Duncan's sticking around. So.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, awesome.
Yes.
Good for
So
Tim.
I'm sure Pop and them chose someone that they needed to fill a role or that they thought they could fit into their system they built. So I don't know who they chose. I mean, I saw it, but I don't know who they were. I think one's from UCLA maybe or USC, one of those. I don't know. Yeah. So.
All I know is our U of L player Russ Smith is now at the Pelicans, which is okay. I'm actually happy about that because they're playing an exhibition game up in Louisville against the Heat in October. The first NBA game in Kentucky in like decades. And now that he's on the Pelicans, that was established way before he was even a Pelican. But Anthony Davis, the old unibrow guy from UK, is on the
Yeah.
now. So I'm like, I don't like it because the UK player, but he's actually kind of a cool dude. So it's like, I don't know. Whatever, I might get to see him in October again on home court, so that makes me happy.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. I'm sure Mark's cringing, like, why are they talking about basketball?
Yeah, sorry, it's what happens when you leave. Game of Thrones is off, I don't know what to do with mine.
I know, but there's other stuff coming. It's just, got to get through this part of the summer, and then
Sorry.
one of them what starts in August? Something starts in August. Is it Doctor Who? Doctor Who, I think, starts up in August.
It starts in August. The trailer was released today. I saw all that being like crazy. I do not watch Doctor Who. I can't get into it, man. I want to, but I just can't commit. It's a commitment, that show is. You have like a lot of seasons to watch, not just like one or two, like 10 plus.
I started, I think, in the middle of the David Tennant series.
That's where everyone says to start. But I kind of want to be just that hardcore person, be like, no, series 1, go, and then just get out of it by the third one.
They did like a 50-year special thing where I think every month they would show a different Doctor and like one of their like better shows, and we watched them all. It was pretty funny, especially the first one. Some of the special effects and it was still black and white.
But I would probably try to compare too much to Monty Python as I'm watching it, so I would be upset. But I just love Monty Python. Everything.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, so I guess that's all we got for this week. I'm so sorry if there's any comments. Normally I can see them, but I don't know how to do comments when I'm logged in as someone besides me. And
let me check. There are any. Nope. Just Nathan.
Hey, Nathan.
He said, who would you rather see die, Tara or Hoyt's mother? Hoyt's mother.
Probably Tara. I think Hoyt's mother still has some pretty good one-liners, even if they are a little over the top. But maybe it's because she hasn't been as big of a character, so she hasn't been as annoying. I don't know. They're both pretty bad, but I'm still gonna stick with Tara.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh, sweet. All right. Thanks for joining us. And next week we'll have more people because you know what? People will be back in this state and in front of their computers and can do this. And and it's a short week, so maybe you'll have time to watch some more TV, like get caught up on Orange is the New Black and things. I know.
Sounds good.
So anyway, say goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. I'm going to hit the button now. Bye.